Okay, so we are uh I think we're up to Ches.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So we're still talking about Ushani Latzmi Mani. Okay. Um Yikras mean Aleph Chukas, this to his son again. His precious letter from the first day of Chukas, Vav Lasiya. Not sure means Vav Lasiya. Lasiri. Vav Lasiri, because they had the Minaga Siri Kodesh. Every 10th day is holy when Kelm. So Vav Lasiri means the 6th day in the 10-day cycle. Kibalti Nachon. I received properly. Samati ki kabalto kol michtabai. Happy got all my letters. Ufata Ma'amar Meirachav Azoina. Mata kamus Rava Echus. Unfortunately, we don't have it. At least not here. L'daito l'krosa b'shem aroy love a home maso. The that wasn't the last letter, was it? It was. No, yes, it was.
Yeah, he talked about Rachav,
Yeah. It
that
says
she married Yeshua.
yeah, right. So what a good feeling brings to good sentence, good regesh comes to be people. Okay, fine. We did have it. That was the last one. Um so
I thought that maybe it was mentioned because last time you said that you didn't recall where it said that Rachav, but I thought maybe it was with the Gemara Megillah that Mibnei Banav Shel Haman and Mibnei Banav Shel Sisra.
no, it's not
Lobdu
there.
Torah B'Bnei Brak. It's not there.
No, it's in one of the Gemaras that talks um, about Rachav herself.
Oh,
Maybe
I see.
Megillah. I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay.
The yeah. Okay, so the Umachmas Koshi Udati Reli Kosi Shem Roylo Bamaso, the proper name for that letter is Kshaniyat Simoni. Umachmas Koshi Aksiva Oz, because difficulty writing that, Shabbos Kodesh. Okay, Kitsarti Azumakom Shesh Arbe. I wrote briefly, although one should write at length. Okay, Rum Spilus Mizeh, and the arousal to get from this Rum Nizgamo Nala. It's very lofty and very uplifting. Ilu lo zachta were rochav not the merit rak lasik bao chacham gadol, just to get a great time of chacham for a husband. Asher zachal l'shem kol kach b'chol olam, who got such a great name in the entire world. V'amid chamo yom tamim, and stop the sun for an entire day. And ishmak azol schar gadol kazeh, would there be such a great reward as having such a husband? And of itself is a great reward. Koshkin isha shakosh baruch hu tzibah Moshe Rabbeinu lo v'shalom lim solo ha-Torah. Certainly, a person to Moshe Rabbeinu command to give the Torah. V'laseis gulasul Yoshua, and to give his greatness, Moshe's greatness to Yoshua v'lo l'banav shel Moshe Rabbeinu lo v'shalom, and not to Moshe Rabbeinu. Ichnises kol Yisrael le'eretz hanibcheres. He took Am Yisrael to the chosen land. B'kovash lamed alf malachim, conquered 31 kings. Kigov arazin govnam gozov govam, who were tall like the cedars of Lebanon. Ishmak Azoski Zona Arbaim Shana Tiska Chol Gdulahi. I don't know how we know she was 40 years old. 1 second. I have my encyclopedia of biblical personalities here. You have one of these?
No, I do not have it.
Oh, it's very well. I have both Hebrew and English. Unlike most English books, this one was done well. Everything was translated from the Hebrew. And we're going to look up Rachav. Rachav. Um, well, there were four exceedingly beautiful women in the world: Sarah, Rachav, Abigail, and Esther. That's Megillah 15:8. There was not one prince or ruler who had not visited Rachav the harlot. That is Vachim 116b. She offered her services to citizens within the city and robbers without, for her house was in the wall fortification. Sifri Zuta by Midbar 1029. Okay, I don't see anything. That's not important. Um, this is off of the on a tangent. Welcome to Harlot saved two souls. So reward was that even if there are 200 people in their family and they married into 200 families, all were saved in her merit. Shami Brachas 4:4. Oh, here she is. Okay, here it is. Okay, she was 10 years old when Israel left Egypt, and she was a harlot throughout the 40 years that the people of Israel were in the wilderness. At age 50, she converted and said, "Let me be forgiven in the merit of the rope, the window, and the flax with which she saved the spies," which is Bachim 116b. So,
Yes, I have that in my encyclopedia too.
yeah,
I have a Hebrew one here. It's called Otzer Yisrael.
Oh, okay.
It's an old encyclopedia from the 50s.
Right. This I have that too, but this is more to the point. But anyway, the Hebrew of this is called Ishaya Tanakh. So the Gemara where it says that she converted, Rachav the innkeeper converted, and Joshua married her is in Megillah 14b. Okay. Interesting. It says here that in the Psikta of the Rav Khan, it says that Yirmiyahu was a descendant of Yehoshua and Rachav.
Yes, I have here. It says it gives a list of the 10 Kohanim: Baruch ben Uriah, Sharia, Machsia, Yirmiyahu, Chilkiyahu, Chanamel, Shalom, Yecheskel, Ubuzi. Yesh Oimrim af Chulda Hanaviyah mibnei boneha shel Rachav Azayna Haisa. That's from Rus Rabbah.
Okay, I just have the first 8. But okay. Anyway, that settles that. So she was a harlot from the time she was 10 to the time she was 50. So she was obviously the derech of the Alter from Kelm is to take a medrash literally when it serves its purpose. In other words, I don't think it does. I don't think he always takes a medrash purposely. Literally, but here when he wants to make a point and increases the Mussar point, he's going to take the medrash more literally and say that she was a Zainab. But even though the Gemara Megillah, which holds that Yoshua married her, might not necessarily hold she was 50 years old and that she had been a Zona for 40 years, but it increases the Mussar point.
Right.
Which is the point of a medrash anyway. Okay. I was astonished. Below thyself, El Shazachsa, here the Shemon Nevi'im, Lamid B'Yisrael, V'chul Nevi'ah. Okay, which you had in the Eretz Yisrael, did not have in the Yeshua Tanakh. Hanishmakazos. Hakol Lama. Why? B'shul Shikir B'Amuna B'Leiv Sholim. B'Yoda B'Dei Shdat Shlema Ki Hashem Elokim. B'Shmai Mima V'Oretz Mitachas. Hooray. It's not that Hashem Elokim, Datim Moshavos Abel Ki Hashem Elokim B'Shmai Mima V'Oretz Mitachas. We say in, in Aleinu, at least the first paragraph, is said to have been written by Yoshua.
Right, that's right.
Yeah. So, what could be greater? All of her, the years of her harlotry turned to a schus. Kidoilim, Bale Tshuva Chule. And that was Matitzas, a Bale Tshuva greater than Tzaddik and Gemurim. Below, not only this, Basya Bas Paro, Shagola, Moshe Rabbeinu Lava Shalom, he says the Kalev. She married Kalev. V'rocha Bazoin and Isis Yoshua Benun, Asher Kiba Torah Moshe Rabbeinu Lava Shalom, Mussar Yoshua.
Wow.
Imru? I don't know what Imru means. This concept. Anyway, obviously he's trying to explain this. I don't know how he ends the paragraph with the word Imru. Perhaps it's because she put herself in danger to trick the king of Yericho. Maybe he'll find out that she tricked him when she said that the spies had fled the city while they were really still being hidden by her. And she was not concerned with this. Only she was concerned to save the spies. The reward of people who are concerned with Klal Yisrael, umeitza b'tzorasam, and has anguish in their anguish, v'samech b'simchasam, and rejoices in their joy. B'frat b'hamavur b'ma'amar, asay asam mitzvah achras, especially if you have in mind what it says in this statement. Asam mitzvah achas ashrov. A person has in mind to do mitzvahs in order to be machriya to himself and actually I think the full statement is himself and all Yisrael and the entire world, the kapschus. Ashrei k'mi mishim mechavnu zetomi. The praise of the Sami Kansi has in mind ki yesh lo schar mikol Yisrael. Right, he gets schar from all of Am Yisrael because he's doing his mitzvahs for all of Am Yisrael. Noram od kol zeh. It's a reciprocal relationship. He does mitzvah Klal Yisrael's merit is for him as well. We can grasp באופן אשר יפולה in an astounding way איך אינו מושרש זה היסוד אשר יפולה איך אינו מושרש זה היסוד אצל כל בן דס. It's astounded why this notion of working on behalf of the world is a uniquely Jewish thing on the part of all Jews and not all, anybody in the world on the part of everybody in the world. And we know nature, which is embedded in every person. To give oneself over to the care and submit to other people who are greater than them. The people give themselves over to the care of the doctors. Even though we don't know, the doctors are famous, but we don't know if they're even competent. I can have many famous doctors who don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
Even to a field doctor, Hanikra Felcher. That's a Felcher is like in Russia, the doctors who served in far-flung places which there were no real doctors. So they were like had been taught medicine, but were not full doctors. But in Rufei Mumche, if somebody is sick and a doctor is sick, he goes to a Felcher. If he, I'm sorry. No, sorry. Ashgan Rufei Yot. If there isn't an expert doctor around, Yishma Tzosoganke. In other words, you prefer to go to an expert doctor, but you'll even go to a felcher if nobody else is available. He knows more than him. That's embedded in every person. Although in our generation, I'm not sure that's so true anymore. But in any event, because I don't know.
Well, I always say that you can't even have a good argument anymore because before you say what you want to say, the other guy already Googled it and settled the argument.
Right. So, right, exactly. It's interesting because before Google, I knew more because my memory stored more before the internet, before computers, and also I had a tremendous advantage in knowing where to look. I had very good at knowing where to look. Most people don't necessarily know to look in these places. But Google almost erased that advantage completely, except that many people don't use Google the way they should, because they won't actually figure out that I can use Google to find something in some tshuva somewhere.
Yeah, my sister always says, just Google it, Dan, just Google it.
Yeah. Yep. The Google Adore, that's what they call it. So the Okay, it still shows us that Hashem loves all human beings, entire species. Moshe Amuzal Chaviv Adam Shenivra, not just Jews, but Chaviv Adam Shenivra B'Tselem.
B'Tselem.
Right? Chaviv in Israel. Chulei Chibu Yisrael Nodas Lo Shenivra B'Tselem. And Mavur Kil Chol Mos Chibu Yisrael Nodas. There's a Chibu Yisrael to all nations. Milan Nodas Kvar Bi'arnu Shezeh Chiba Yisrael. Okay. V'achar kol zeh Chavim Yisrael shenikru banim lamakom Chibu Yisrael Nodas Lehem shenikru banim lamakom. I'm not sure exactly what he's saying different than the Pshat in the Mishnah, but obviously all people are Chaviv. And there's a Chiba Yisrael for Am Yisrael, but there's a Chiba for everybody. Okay. What after the previous statement?
I don't know. Doesn't seem connected.
No, it does not. But let's see the here it helps in the brackets. You want to explain the profundity of these matters. Just like Hashem has no limitations, so to his traits are without limitations. If that's the case, if he has just plain love, so obviously the love is endless, has no limitations. Ma b'milas nodas, uma b'milas bonim, uma b'milas yisera libonim, and ma b'milas nodas libonim, which are all different things mentioned in that Mishnah. So I'm not sure he's answering his own question. Chiba is limitless. So what is added with Yisera? He says, what is added by Nodas? And what is added to Banim, which is how Am Yisrael is added.
So what? It's like saying, very. The person is very good.
Yeah, but he's saying
if he's good, he's good. What does it mean, very good? So that's what he's asking. If if it's endless, there's no end. So then, what do I have to give you, Sarah or Noidas or Banim? I mean, Chaviv in Yisrael. That's it.
What's the answer?
I don't know. Maybe we have to go a little further.
I don't know. I think he wants us to understand the answer from
that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the answer is that the chiba is the same, perhaps, but nodas means that we should be cognizant of it. In other words, nodas means in this world. His chiba, which transcends this world, is limitless, and there's really no such thing as Yisera or not Yisera relative to HaKadosh Baruch Hu's chiba. But relative to our awareness of that chiba, then there's chiba and chiba Yisera and nodas and tubanim, right? So that's where I don't know if that's what he means, but certainly any magnification or amplification is in the relationship, not in HaKadosh Baruch Hu's actual chiba.
Right.
Okay, that's what I would say. I don't know if that's what he means. Mikoshkin l'dal dea kamoni. Okay, he says that I don't think he has an answer. It's hard for him to Koshkin the dal dea kamoni, especially for a person with impoverished intellect like herself. I can't prevent myself from expressing my great astonishment for this. We only had this statement, okay? Called the Yenu Shabbat Shabbat Ma'amar Zeh Ma'amar Ki Kulam Kolalu B'Zeh. Okay. When the Var Ata Makib Nu Chazal B'Zeh Shkos V'Kam Milas Makom. The local Hashem Mikra was why they use their term for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Chavim Yisrael Lifnei Hamakom, right? Sheniku Banim LaMakom. Why here? V'lo L'Kol Hashem Mikra. Hanira kavanasam ladam shavin mat. So it seems that they're trying to explain something. We should give us something to to understand a little bit. Be astonished from this imposing, impressive, and frightening statement. Yitzayer adam ha'ohev hanas ha'olam. A person should imagine some pleasure of this world which he loves. Ilo ya'olam kulo gam kein ohev lo. Moshu ohev hanas olam. Uh, uh, if everybody loved him like he loves this pleasure of the world, kama medushne oneg hayamashpia lo ha'olam. How many piles of pleasure would the world give to him? Because came the kosher came, Kavachomer ben Benosha Kavachomer, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Makama Shel Olam. Hashem was the makam of the world. In other words, nothing in the world compares to him because the world is, so to speak, within him. He's not within the world, so he's far, far greater and encompasses everything. Imu Ohev Hamin Ha'adam, if he loves humanity, Kama Tova Mushpas Muchana Gama Tova Olam. How much goodness to be um, to be to be bestowed also in this world. Lehanos min olam, to have pleasure in the world. Imraki muchan lekabel hashba. If a person is just ready to receive that hashba. Hakein ma'amar muzgar. The Adkar ma'amar muzgar. This is the end of this bracketed statements. Runa achai ilo zechinu rak ma'amar muzgar hazeh. I'm sorry. Ma'amar muzgar hazeh. I guess to this bracketed statement. Dayenu. That'd be enough. I don't know why this is so powerful, but I guess because of the tzior, it's powerful. That Hashem has this tremendous overpowering love, and again, obviously these expressions are expressions of how they are experienced by us, because Hashem's love is endless, regardless. But how it's experienced by us in this world comes down in various different ways, and a person should think about this, and that's why it says the lashon of makom, and it's kind of related to makom yinachem. Obviously, makom is something which it contains and transcends this world. So we say the Mishnah is saying to us that we have to appreciate that all that goodness, all that love is there, and not only that, some of it has been directed already at us, and therefore we should be prepared and prepare ourselves to recognize that love further and to realize that there's this great enjoyment which can come from that recognition, which is akin to the enjoyment we get, far greater than the enjoyment we get from something of this world. I'm not sure I'm how satisfied with that, but that is what he's saying. So I think that I understand that about Rachav, right? That doesn't matter that she was Jewish or not Jewish. About Basia, doesn't matter if she was Jewish or not Jewish. There is this chiba towards everybody, and sometimes it's revealed also to other individuals outside of Am Yisrael. So, but still, I'm with the paragraph before. Kashani's blaming was there.
This is a very deep mimer.
Yeah.
We're going to have to harv over it for a while.
Right. Okay, so I guess let's leave it for this week and come back to it next week. Okay. Looking at the fresh eye next week.
All right.
All right. Take care. Have a good night.
Take care. Yes, take care. Bye-bye.